3.5 weeks, everything was just kind of put on pause in a really stressful way. And right now in Australia, the wildfires are 50 times larger than the ones that hit California in 2017. They're affecting the entire ecosystem of the planet, and the effects were evident on such a small scale in my hometown that they're insanely magnified in Australia. So to begin, 1 billion animals have already been killed, and that number does not include invertebrates, bats, and frogs, because that's a harder number to count, but it's predicted to be in the trillions. Some of these animals are unique to the continent, so that kind of messes up the whole evolution, because they don't live anywhere else, and now they're just completely gone. For animals such as koalas, which are very common in Australia, and other tree-dwelling species, it's hard to escape because the fires are very propelled with 80-mile-per-hour winds, and even for birds that are flying, you would think that would be an easy way, but they are disoriented by the smoke and the winds in the air. If these animals do happen to survive, it's hard for them to continue on any longer because they've suffered complete losses of their habitat, their food sources, and they have no cover from predators that also return to the landscape. Moving on to the environment, the debris threatens the water supply. So when it rains, the rain will extinguish the fire, but it will also send the ash, soot, and charred vegetation and buildings into the streams, beaches, and dams and clog everything up and eventually contaminate the water. Along with that, going the other way, smoke is going into the upper atmosphere, and with carbon dioxide and aerosol, which aerosol is just pretty much particles that aren't normally there, NASA has recorded some of the highest levels ever of this in certain areas, and over 400 million tons of carbon dioxide have been put into the atmosphere that were not there before thanks to the fires. So overall, these fires are devastating to the animals and to the environment. The animals will struggle to rebound, and the environment will have to deal with all these toxins. 3 years later in my neighborhood, there's a lot of regrowth in the vegetation, and lots of animals return, and even in different ways. For example, there's tons of rabbits now, not as many squirrels. It's just kind of interesting to see how that works out. And eventually the same will happen